Yo, what's up, Zulu? How we doing? Welcome in. All right, let me go grab my gloves and my water, and then we'll be ready to go. Where did I leave my water? Oh, here it is. Refreshing. Scotty, what's up? Well, welcome in. Miguel, how we doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Miller time, let me know the case for my PC is on back order for a couple weeks. Oh no. What case are you talking about? What up, Muma? How we doing? Truly hope that Mama Duties reaches out. She's a sweetheart. Mama Duties? Mama Duties, sorry, shouldn't say that. How's everybody doing today? I didn't say it, I didn't say it. I acted like I was gonna say it, but I stopped myself, okay? Don't cancel me, okay? Tagged you on our post. Oh, yeah. Yes, sorry, to be honest, I read the post and I read other stuff, but I didn't memorize her name. It wasn't just a straight up word that your brain just easily recognizes and then can file away. So I never actually memorized her name. My bad. Should have just said it. I know I should have. But it's more funny, I feel like, if I don't actually say it. If I just pretend like I'm gonna say it and then I don't actually say it. She's Irish or Scottish. Ooh, love that. Okay. Should we talk about the build for today? The build for today is pretty sweet. So it's gonna be inside of the Lianli O11 Vision case in white, obviously. The O11 Vision case, if you guys don't remember, I actually have a video of it on my YouTube channel, but it's the new case from Lianli with front, side, and top case panels are all glass. So super cool, very fish tank-esque case. It's actually really reasonably priced. It's only $140, and it looks incredible in my opinion. So, in my opinion is what matters because I'm the one streaming here. So, and I'm the one that's building it. So, yeah, it's an awesome case. And then let's talk about what's gonna go in it. Yes, my budget. We got a 14600K. So to preface this is gonna be strictly gaming PC. Her plan to use this is pretty much Call of Duty, nothing else. That's really all she plays. So going with a 14600K, we've got 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, a 1 terabyte SSD. For the price point that we were at, and because she's really only playing one game, we just went with one SSD to try and save money to get all this other stuff. We got an 850 watt power supply, RTX 4070 Super, a Z790 motherboard from ASRock, some NZXT fans to go with this NZXT Kraken Elite. This is the CPU cooler that has a LCD screen in the center of it. So that was. Of all the things that were I have to have this, that was one of those things. She's like, I want that screen. She didn't know what it was or what it was called or whatever, but she's like, I want that screen. She sent me a picture of it. She's like, I want that. So we kind of built some of the rest of this around making sure that we had this in the computer and that the rest of it looked good with it. So that's why we have the NZXT fans to make sure that they match up with the NZXT CPU cooler. And then, of course, we've got all white, pretty much everything, which is going to look really good. And it reminds me, I almost forgot. I don't know why that reminded me, but I almost forgot. We got to grab one of these LGA contact frames for our CPU. So we'll put that in there as well. I don't know what Casey said. That's what you told him. Maybe the Height Y70 Touch? Maybe? I'm not sure. Mark, how we doing? Hey, Red, I finally figured out some of my monitor issues with the sparkle outline. It was on your graphics card sharp setting. Somehow it got changed. Interesting. Well, I'm glad you figured it out because that would have been, I mean, it's one of those things that's really hard to diagnose if you're not sitting there looking at it, you know? Okay, so that's, I think that's everything. I think we talked about everything that's in here. 850 watt power supply, 4070 Super, 14600K, 32 gigs of RAM, a bunch of fans from NZXT, the ASRock Steel Legend Wi-Fi Z790 motherboard, and then of course we have our case. So, should we start the build? This is gonna be the last stream for like a week because I'm going out of town tomorrow. Originally, I thought we were gonna be leaving either like tomorrow night or on Saturday, but it turns out we're gonna be leaving tomorrow during the day because my wife really wants to go. So we will be out of here tomorrow. So we're gonna build this computer, we're gonna get it all done and ready to go tonight, and then we'll get it shipped out so that we can leave with a clear conscience tomorrow and a clear build view, I guess. Shooter, what's up? You're still not affiliate, got a proposal, I'll share your stream. Yeah, no. Sorry. We're gonna go ahead and just, we're gonna get rid of that. Cool. Okay, bye. Appreciate the follow, bye. People spamming in the chats. I know, the spammers are a pain. All right, so first things first. Let's get this ASRock Steel Legend Wi-Fi out here. So much foam, so little time. Okay, got that out. Let's get all of this other stuff out of here. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Okay. Wi-Fi card, GPU support, some cable ties. That, we don't need the Wi-Fi right now. Did I get everything out of there? Yeah, I think. The Asus OLED monitor looks pretty cool. Which one? Is there only one? I don't really know. I don't keep up with monitors that much. Like I know OLEDs are pretty sick, but I don't game enough these days to warrant buying a fancy monitor, you know? Will I at some point? Probably. Whenever I decide to like upgrade my gaming monitor, I'll probably go OLED because it probably won't be for a few years, but you know, unless somebody wants to sponsor me and send me a monitor to review and do stuff with. No? Okay, fine. How you doing, Miguel? I always wonder if those spammers ever make any money. I can't imagine there's anyone. No, that's, nah. I was gonna say, I can't imagine there's anyone dumb enough to fall for it, but like, they wouldn't still be doing it if nobody fell for it, right? Like, there's no way they'd still be doing it if nobody was falling for it. So, clearly somebody's falling for it still. Ooh, look at this cool keycap. Check this out. That's kind of cool. I really want to steal that, but now that I've shown it on stream, I don't feel like I can. Honestly, Queen probably won't use it because she plays controller, I'm pretty sure, but it's fine. We'll give it to her. It's fine. I won't take it. Fine, fine, fine. All right, GPU support bracket. I'm going to put this down here for now. I don't know if the GPU is actually long enough to utilize that one, but we'll keep it just in case. MBT coming in with 2 months of subscriptions. Appreciate that. 2 freaking months. All right, let's get all these plastic bits off. I think that has a plastic little protecting screen on it somewhere. Don't know where. Definitely looks like it's got a protectant on it. I just gotta, here we go. There we go, I got it. Okay, don't see one there. Already got these ones off. Okay, I think we got all the plastic protection off. Always wear protection. I thought I was on auto renew, but apparently that's bugging out. Well, I appreciate you for renewing, even though the auto renew is not working. Okay, so ASRock Steel Legend Wi-Fi. We are going to get rid of the old retention feature, and we're gonna put the contact frame in. I think it's a smaller one than that. Nope, it's a bigger one. Okay, I had it right the first time. Okay, all right, let's get our CPU in here just to protect the pins on the motherboard, and then we'll pull that stuff out. So, i5 14600K. Gonna put it in there. You're doing good. How are you? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Going on vacation tomorrow for a few days. I'm gonna go visit some family. Got a few PC builds rolling in. It's hard to complain. It's summer, it's nice and hot outside. I like the heat. Not a lot of people do, but I like it. Vacation's not allowed, I'm sorry. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. It's only like for a few days. It's not even for a week, don't worry. Okay, there we go, that's in there. All right, let's take this off. Take the top one off.
I fear you have underestimated my power.
Okay, and get rid of those. And now we've got our nice little contact frame here. This is gonna ensure that we get nice, even mounting pressure on the CPU for the life of this PC, unlike that old one that comes with the motherboard, all right? There we go. Just gonna reuse these bolts. Tighten them all up. There we go. I fear you have underestimated my power. I probably have.
PC building attire.
Good news is we're not flying anywhere, so at least you don't have any control over anything like that. Yeah. I don't see you in the approved PC building attire. I'm not. I haven't purchased it yet. Yeah. Sorry. I'm gonna be breathing all over it, spilling water on everything. You know how I be. You have a fresh 4070 build that runs but stutters bad in Warzone.
You need a safety knife.
Your drivers are current. And when you say drivers, do you mean like just your GPU, or did you actually go through and update all of the motherboard stuff, make sure your BIOS is up to date, all that good stuff, Scotty? I have a question about my FPS with a 4080 Super. I have a 7800X 3D and a 4080 Super. If your settings in Warzone set to how Stone does his, okay. You're averaging low 200s. I feel like I should be getting more. I mean, low 200s is not bad. I don't know how Stone has his in-game settings, if I'm being honest.
Don't fall into the same boat.
I feel like he runs his like reasonably high in terms of like graphics presets. But I honestly don't know. Does anybody know? Like in the lower 200s average is honestly not bad. Like that's kind of what I get with my 7950X 3D and the 7900 XTX. But I would expect a 4080 Super to do a little bit better than that. All right, let's plug in our SSD here. Wait, This is so weird. It's like there's dual M.2 connectors here. Do you do like one on top, one on bottom or something? That's so confusing. Okay, well, either way. You haven't done your BIOS? Yeah. Update your BIOS. And then what motherboard do you have, Scotty? Okay, we'll put this little thing on here just so
on my 7900 XT with an OC on Warzone, I pull low 200s MP. I'm pulling over 300, so that's pretty normal, I'd say.
His settings are higher for quality, not FPS. That's kind of what I figured. So, like, and knowing Stone, like that's kind of what I expected. So he plays like with like a little bit higher settings because he has such a high-end system. So if you're running his settings and Grimm's is saying they're a little bit higher graphics quality, then like 200s is good, man. I mean, 200s anytime is good. Like there's definitely nothing wrong with it, but like, yeah, with that setup, like, I think 200s is probably where you should be. Trap tends to run much lower settings with his stuff. Yeah. Was a good FPS for Warzone, Red? I mean, it really depends on your settings or your system, Miguel. I want your AMD Radeon rig. Come by it.
Ran pretty good.
Okay, so we've got our SSD in here. We've got our CPU installed. Let's get our RAM installed. So this is actually some new RAM that I hadn't seen up until this point. Not that we build a lot of white computers, but this is a new model put out by G.Skill. They're Ripjaw M5s. So they're DDR5 CL32-6400. The key difference from what you'll find with most other of the Ripjaw models is these actually have RGB built in. So these will be much more akin to what you would find with their like Trident Z Neos in white, but these are, you know, $5 or $10 cheaper than like the Trident Z. So not too bad. I think this was about $106 US for 32 gigs. Not terrible. And being G.Skill, we know it's going to be pretty good. Quality, at least, you know. Okay. I love G.Skill. G.Skill makes good stuff. Early on, when I first was building with them, or building PCs in like 2020, 2021, I was having a lot of quality issues with G.Skill. Like they were the most common, like dead on arrival RAM kits I've ever had. But since like the 2021 days, I stopped using them for a long time, unless somebody specifically asked for them. But I've kind of come back to using them here and there, and like since then I haven't had any issues with them. So, you know, maybe they got their quality control stuff better, maybe a little bit more rigorous testing, I don't know, but their stuff like has always performed really well, and if it arrived working, I've never really had issues. They just tend to have the highest rate
to get back to me on my RMA to replace my GPU. It's agonizing having to wait and not being able to play.
When they work well for a good price. Exactly. Just waiting for power color. Oh, is that who you had? Power color. That's right. To get back to me on your RMA to replace your GPU. It's agonizing having to wait and not being able to play. I bet. I have a, not that I play on controller much, but like I have a controller with aim right now because the stick got messed up, and I sent it in like a month ago, and they still haven't even like started working on it. They just only gave me a notification recently that they received it. So yeah, I know how you feel. At least I can still play without that, but it's kind of crazy how long RMAs can take. That's A2 and B2 you got them in? Yes. I mean, I can look at it again for you, but Yeah, I mean, I always count from the left to right, second and fourth. All right, let's check the mounting on this. Okay, looks like it comes with that already on there. And then I think we can pre-install this backplate and stuff on here. So here's this backplate. We're just gonna stick that through those holes. Look at that. Okay. And we got this Intel 1700. Exclamation point specs. If you haven't seen it yet, we've got a 14600K. The words are hard. We've got this NZXT Kraken Elite RGB per the request of Miss Queen Bee. We've got the ASRock Z790 Steel Legend Wi-Fi, G-Skill Ripjaws M5 CL32 6400 32 gig kit, a 1 terabyte SSD from Team Group, RTX 4070 Super in white from ASUS, a Lianli O11 Vision, and a Thermaltake Tough Power Snow Edition 850 watt. All right, let's get these standoffs in there. They should be completely symmetrical. So it doesn't really matter which direction we put them in here, we just gotta put them in. It's a pretty nice gaming PC, I agree. Crazy how most motherboards have a faster bus on the secondary slot. Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily that. Like, I don't think it matters too much, but it is a weird convention for sure. That would be a fun thing to test. Like, how does it affect your RAM, like speed or like anything with your system while you're running it in those versus in like A2, B2 versus A1, B1? I get the feeling that it probably won't make any difference. Like, you wouldn't even notice, but that'd be a fun test to do. My buddy is not answering my call on what motherboard he has. He's running a 7900. Okay. The stuttering issues, we have noticed stuttering issues with all AMD systems. To my knowledge, it seemed like it was exclusive to all AMD systems and not AMD systems with Nvidia GPUs, but it could be more systemic than that. We don't know. Yeah, they always say A2, B2. I think the most important thing is that you don't do A1 and A2 to actually be able to run your system in dual channel. But yeah, I'm really curious if there's a significant difference in performance. All right, let's get our case out here. This is, hopefully not hit anything, the O11 Vision, and you can tell it's quite heavy. So O11 Vision in white. It's a beautiful case, lots of glass all over it. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to build in this thing. Wait, I don't think I need to do that, just these. Okay. Set these aside. We should just need to take off the front panel and the back panel. I think we can leave the top on. I don't think it's gonna get in our way too much. You can see those come off very nice and easily. All right. Scooch that over to the side just a little more. Whoa, yeah. That's the downside of having lots of glass. It is just a little heavy. You accidentally had yours in A1, B1 on a media PC once and it made a difference. Oh, really? I mean, how long ago was that? Was it like recently? Was it like 5 years ago? What are we talking about here? Just curious. All right, there we go. That's the case you just built in. Yours last week has so much room inside, and the back on the back looks so clean. It really, yeah, it's super nice. I really like it. I don't remember what these are for, to be honest. They look like they just like pop in somewhere. But I don't know where. You can hear maybe? I'll have to look at the thing real quick and see where those go. The case on this one also comes with its own GPU support, but I think the one that comes with the motherboard is a little bit nicer, so we'll utilize that one instead. Yeah, it's pretty heavy for sure. Probably like 4 years ago. Okay, that's relatively recent. Get our little dividers going here. It's so funny that they give you this little like fisherman's tackle box sort of case to put all your fasteners in, but then they ship the fasteners all in a single little bag. I'm like, couldn't you guys just like separate them out for us? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, the rest of you guys going back in here. They can't make it too easy, gotta make you work for it. Well, fine. Okay, let's get to bolting this motherboard down. Hold on. I just feel like they're going in weird. Let me double check and make sure they're not using, that's not the right one. Let me double check and make sure I'm using the right bolts. Pretty sure I am. I feel like Liam uses these ones, but sometimes they don't. Yes, they do. Okay. We're good. You left those off, didn't know where they went? Should I check? Since I just grabbed this thing out. And then you'll know too. Let's see if we can find it. It's probably gonna be towards the back. Okay, there's the cable management stuff there. This is for the GPU support. Adjusting for different stuff there. Okay, HDD installation. Does it even talk about them in the hardware list? Sure doesn't seem like it does. Okay, well, they don't talk about it. So, okay, well. Can hardly blame you for not trying to figure out where they go when they don't tell you where it goes. Like, my thought is that they feel like they go right here. And then you get a nice clean pass through here for your cables. Right? Like, that looks pretty good. But like, why wouldn't it span the whole thing? And then, do I use this one on the bottom? That doesn't even really work down there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that looks like it kind of works. But like, why wouldn't they make it so I can use both of these? Or why wouldn't this cover the whole thing? You know? I don't know. Doesn't make much sense, does it? All right, let's go back to putting the motherboard on. Yo, what up, Crayon? You sound like ZTT? Do I? That's funny because I had a bunch of people well, I guess they didn't even actually tag ZTT. They just said something about ZTT in like one of my peel videos or something. They were all upset about me doing a peel video with the computer on. I started following him on Twitter though, because after I was like, who the heck is ZTT and why do people keep tagging me in this? Like, why do people keep just saying ZTT? I'm like, what is going on? And then I asked, and someone was like, oh, it's a big YouTuber. I was like, oh, okay. Seems like a cool enough guy. Does that case have room for wiring and drives behind the motherboard? Yeah, there's a ton of room back there. Yeah, this is a dual chamber, so there's probably 3 inches or so, maybe 4 inches of space back behind the motherboard for your power supply and all of your wires and stuff. Okay, got all these started. Now let's get them all bolted down. What up, Richard? Richard, it's not that surprising coming from the guy who doesn't put he puts his PCs directly on the floor, so, you know, can't expect too much out of him. But yeah, Scotty, this is what you would call a dual chamber case. Okay, there we go. Now, put this guy up. And then we're gonna move this out of the way. And if you have been here for a little while, you probably know what time it is. So throw up those emojis if you're on Kick. I'm sorry, YouTube, I don't have emotes for you. Richard's already on it. Okay. It's Lazy Susan time. There we go. Lazy Susan making her first appearance for the day. All right, so yeah, like I was saying, tons of room in the back. Like you can see how deep that is. I can get my, I put my hand in like that. Get my entire fingers into there without hitting anything. But yeah, power supply goes here. You got room for drives, hard drives or SSDs here. You can actually put some SSDs, some SATA SSDs on this guy as well. And then, room for your fans and everything here too. I'm gonna take this guy off for now because it's just going to be flapping around in the wind and getting in the way. The other really cool thing that I like I think this is the first case that they implemented these, but they've started putting them in more of their stuff, are these really cool cable management brackets here. So that you can see, you literally just push them in and slide them over like that to hold in cables. Really, really slick. I really like that design they created. I hope they patented that one because that's a really nice feature that I bet you a lot of other companies are gonna want to steal. Also, I put this cable management like rubber piece in here and now it's already in the way. Lol. All right, so HD audio, let's get that plugged in over here. Cool. We'll get our USBs connected in, so USB 3.0. We've got a header here and a header up there. I think it might look cleaner to use this lower one. So let's do that. Okay. Got our USB 3.2. It's usually only one of those. That one's gonna be right up here. Gonna put the thick end down. Hi, babe. Okay, USB 3.2, USB 3. We got our front panel. We're gonna come through that little thing there. And that's going to be right down here at the bottom right. Okay. Actually, I feel like we could run that through the, we could run that through over here. I think that might look better. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. So we got all that stuff connected. Let's get, normally I would want to put all of our fans in right now. I'm not exactly sure how these are going to connect in to our fan controller that comes with the CPU cooler, but we'll find out. Hopefully that controller can handle 7 fans. Or hopefully there's some splitters or something that I can put these together with. We'll see. Should have thought about that one. I don't really use NZXT stuff a lot, so that's probably my fault. All right. Get this exhaust fan in here. Run these to the back. Can you do that? Yes, it should still function properly. You're going to have to utilize multiple softwares in order to control everything, because the NZXT AIO is going to be controlled via NZXT cam, but those Lee & Lee fans are going to be controlled through Lee & Lee's L-Connect software. So you are going to be, you know, putting a little bit of an additional burden on your PC by that, but you know, if you've got a nice PC, it shouldn't really be a big deal. And they'll have to use a separate controller. Those Lee & Lee fans are gonna require a separate controller with some extra SATA connectors, SATA power connectors. So, you know, just keep that in mind. All right, let's slide that up. That's if you use the L-Connect software. Yeah, I guess if you're just using the fans and you don't buy it, or you don't use the included hub, you can use like the onboard motherboard stuff. But yeah. But you do have to use Lee & Lee's L-Connect software to control the fan speed unless you connect them directly into the motherboard. If you connect them in through the hub, you can't use the motherboard to control the fan speed. It doesn't even recognize it. Because I checked. But motherboard can control the RGB. 'Tis correct. We're gonna get all 3 of these ones out so that we can install them all at the same time on the bottom. Using the L-Connect software for your case fans, and then NZXT software for your, okay, so you're already doing that. Do I still have your address? You know, why don't you send that to me with like a $50 Cash App, just so, you know, I make sure I see it, and then we'll send it over. Uh-huh, right. Okay, let's grab this guy, pull it out. So this bottom tray comes out with just a couple of bolts there, and then so we're gonna just flip it this way. Get our knife out of the way because we don't need that anymore. These fans are gonna go like this. We'll probably want to bias them towards being under the GPU a little bit. Even if it doesn't look quite as good, I want to make sure that GPU is getting lots of nice cool air. What's everybody up to on this fine Thursday evening? Right. Lots of bolts. This is where sometimes I wish I had like an electric driver, but it's okay. Just chilling watching you and wondering why Armory Crate keeps resetting my RGB to factory every couple of days. That's kind of weird. Is it like deleting the profile completely, or what's going on? Okay, so we got all that. Now we got to undo all these twist ties. Deleting the profile, and I have to uninstall and reinstall Armory Crate. Ugh. That's annoying. Sounds like there's some sort of software bug. Have you tried using like some random like open source RGB software? Won't even let you check for updates. You just installed it last weekend and it's down again. Did you make sure to delete like any data that's left over in like your program files folder or your documents folder from Armory Crate? It's like when you delete it and uninstall it, do you make sure to like check all that? Because that could be an issue. Well, let me see where this goes. I think we could go over here. All right, we're gonna use some zip ties here to really finesse the cable management. Boom, check that out. Nice little hack. So we got them all zip tied. We're gonna stay nice and tight until they're ready to zip back to the to the back of the case. Clip this one now while we've got good access to it. I really expected that to need more than one zip tie. We're just that good. We're just that good. I did, but I'm gonna have to check even more this time and see if something got missed again. Thankfully, it's only affecting the lighting. Yeah, so it's just annoying, not a huge issue. Still is pretty annoying. See if I can get this little cable management thing to work like I want it to. Yeah, it looks okay. All right, so now we got a bunch of cables coming into the back. So normally, on pretty much any case, we would want to put the CPU cooler up on top, have it be an exhaust fan, or if it's not big, or if the case isn't big enough to put it up there, we would put it up front and have it be an intake fan. But there is no top or a front to put it onto, so we're gonna have to put it on the side. And based on the general configuration of this case, I think my plan is we're gonna have these three on the bottom be our only intake fans, and then we'll have an exhaust fan here, and then the CPU cooler is also gonna be an exhaust fan. So we'll be pulling air up from in here and exhausting it out this side and exhausting it out that back. So it's gonna be a little bit counter to what you would normally do in a case, but I think it's gonna work pretty well. All right, let's get our CPU cooler out here. I wanna do this next because I want to be able to work on the cable management in the back with all these cables back here, and I won't be able to do that until I have the the RGB controller from this guy. But I am a little concerned that we won't have enough ports because this only has 3 ports on it. We might need to buy another one. So this might not be ready to ship before we leave. Might have to ship it when we get home. That's unfortunate. Unless we have any connectors in here that would go from standard NZXT thing to something else, RGB wise. So we got USB here. Got fans there. Nope, okay. Whoopsies. So we're gonna need another NZXT controller, kind of like this one, but one with more RGB spots. But that's okay. It shouldn't be too hard because we can actually put multiple of these RGB hubs into one of these that goes into the actual motherboard. So I don't think it'll make a big fuss, but it does mean we're not gonna be able to ship this out tomorrow. And don't worry, we're not gonna charge any extra money to Queen Bee. We'll just get it done. Okay. Is it bad if my AIO on the bottom? Oh wait, is it bad if I have my AIO and my bottom 3 fans as intake and have 2 120 millimeter fans on the back as your exhaust? Like you have 2 120s back here as your exhaust? No, it's not bad necessarily. I don't know if that's like the best configuration necessarily, but I don't think you'll have any problems with that. Especially if you're not running like, if you're running like a 4090 with like an i9, then like it might be something to consider like changing. But if you're, have a similar build to this in terms of specs, you should be okay. And the nice part about doing the way you have it, where you have a lot more intakes than exhausts, you'll have a positive pressure within the case, and so like air is gonna find its way out of the case. It just, it might not be as perfect. And with this one, there's really no balance system, right? You can't really perfectly balance your intakes with your exhaust, but you're just gonna get as close as you can. For a second there, I thought you were saying you had your AIO on the bottom. I was like, don't do it, it's bad. But once I finished reading it, I understood. I understood what you meant. Okay. I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna rotate these this way. Well, I don't have to rotate them that way because they're gonna use a different controller than the other one. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, your AO is on the side like what you're doing. You have 3 240 millimeters on the bottom. Okay, good. Yeah, you should be okay. Yo, Queen Bee coming in with a follow-on kick. What's up? How are you? This is the Queen Bee's PC. It is a very pretty PC. What's up? Richard loves a good-looking PC, that's for sure. I feel like I should be using these washers on these, and I don't know why I haven't been. I've looked at them like 3 times. I might pull all those back out and use the washers. Oops. This is the real Queen Bee here. I will expect prompt shipping to Michigan under my alias, Grandpa. Yeah, you wish. You wish, Grandpa. Not as nice as mine, but I'm a little biased. Oh yeah, because you've got the Y70 now. No matter where it goes, I still need to run some QC checks. So I started putting all these in here, and then I was looking at these washers, and I was looking at these isolators, and I was like, you know, I think these could use some washers. So we're gonna use the washers. Guys, I'm so hungry right now. Someone wanna DoorDash me some food? I want tacos. I know it's not Tuesday, but I want tacos. Hector's back among the living. No, I hadn't seen Hector in a long time. Tacos are a solid choice any day. I agree. You only lost power for 2 days. That's not too bad, all things considered. One time during a snowstorm, we lost power for like 5 days in our house. It was pretty freaking cold. That was back in Oregon, not here in Idaho. He just got his power back. Hey, let's go. Okay, all these bolts now have a washer on them. You can tighten them all down. Alrighty, there we go. Back in the freeze at 21, you guys lost power for 5 days too? Dang. Yeah, we, my wife and daughter went and stayed at our, her sister's house, and then I worked from her sister's house, and then at night I would go back home just to like make sure there wasn't anybody, you know, breaking in or anything crazy. So me and the dog hung out at home, and I slept in my like 0-degree sleeping bag at night. The dog was perfectly fine sleeping on the floor still because he's an Aussie with the dual coat, and he loves the snow. So he was like, "This is perfectly fine. I can sleep anytime." Got a hotel room that your wife's hospital paid for? Hey, that's pretty sick. Was that so she could be near the hospital and could continue working? Okay, I think I want to do a similar thing here. Although we can't do it quite as smoothly because we don't have like a bracket to bolt it to, but I'm gonna bring all these guys together and zip tie them so that it's a little cleaner coming out to the back. Specs. There you go, 14700K, 14600K, 32 gigs of RAM, ASRock Steel Legend Wi-Fi, this Kraken Elite, and a bunch of other stuff. Okay, let's stick this back here. Nope, it was a little further away, but because we lost power, and your oldest at the time was 2, not forcing your 2-year-old to sleep in a freezing house. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, we were it was very similar for us. Like, our daughter was pretty young. We're like, yeah, we're not making her sleep there. So one good thing about the Lian Leaf fans is they all snap together. That's true. I know, we were trying to stay, we probably would have gone with the Lian Leaf fans, but she really wanted this AIO, which by itself is kind of expensive. And then adding in, like, replacing all of the replacing those 3 fans and adding another set of fans with the Lian Li ones was gonna put us way over budget. So instead I wanted to make sure all of the fans match each other, and then they're all going to use a single software, so they're all going to be on NZXT cam software. This PC is under 500. Soft. Oh, did I? No, did I not change the thing again? Don't tell me I didn't change the name of the. I swear I changed the name of this thing. Did I not change the name of the name of this thing? Hold on. I swear I did. Nope, sure didn't. Well, we're gonna fix that now. This is not an under $500 build. That's for darn sure. Well, refresh your stream. Sorry. We all demand this PC for under 500. Nope. That's 2 streams in a row. I've forgotten to update that. Okay. Did I finish putting these down? No, I did not. Okay, let's do that. Don't look at me like that, Richard. Yeah, can I get my money back? Nope, it's too late. I already spent it. Wish I would have never saw Lian Li cases. I can't live without one now. Yeah, this is not a $500. The GPU alone costs more than $500 on this computer, so yeah. All right, there we go. That's all there. Gonna run these guys out to the back of the case now. Trolling. Gotta troll just a bit. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. All right, so, and Queen, since you're here now, one thing I did notice, you're not gonna have to worry about this. It's just I won't be able to ship this out before I leave tomorrow because I need to get another controller. And yeah, don't, like, money-wise, working-wise, you don't have to worry about it at all. But I do need another controller. So I'll have to buy another controller and install it real quick before I can ship this out to you. So it definitely won't show up before you get home on Tuesday, if that's what you're wondering. Exactly, perfect, see? It works perfectly with your timing. Ooh, am I gonna be able to get this adhesive cover thing off? I don't know, we'll find out. The AIO alone is pretty close to $300. Yes, it is. It's like $270 or $280 right now. Yeah, the AIO definitely drove a lot of like the decisions on other stuff in the computer. Because she was adamant. She was adamant about having the screen, this particular screen, on the AIO. She said, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's called, but I want that. And I said, all right, let's do it. So that's kind of what I built a lot of the rest of the computer around, was like making that happen, you know, making sure it would still be a really good gaming computer, and then staying under the budget, or around the budget, I should say. Because the square one was ugly. Now, granted, I kind of like the look of the square one, but like, you know, I'm also the kind of person who also really likes the look of a computer with 0 RGB on it at all. So, you know, take my aesthetic preferences with a grain of salt. Okay, so we got that, that's power. And this guy is gonna go to here. Just like that. And then, yeah, at least it's not a deep cool. Well, she ordered this after the whole deep cool debacle, so we wouldn't have been able to try and get a deep cool anyways. Okay. That. All right. I think I'm gonna put that on afterwards. So let's get RGB connected in here. See if I can figure out which one's which. Okay, that is the top one. So we'll call that, if we put it this way, we're gonna put it this way. So we'll call that RGB3. Okay, those are both fan headers. So is that. This should be our middle one. We will double check that. Yep, that's the middle fan. And this is our bottom fan. Yo, what up, Fade Away? You love your redneck PC? Yeah, that's right. It's okay, my other one still has to go to the PC shop to change liquid all the time. Oh, yeah. How often are you doing that? Because really, you shouldn't have to do it that often. Okay, got that plugged in. I think let's get the CPU cooler block connected. We'll plug this in, and then I can start get a better idea of how the routing is gonna look for the rest of this over here. Let's rotate this around. All right, CPU cooler block, it's got pre-applied thermal paste, awesome. Put it that way. Or, can we do it this way? Will it be unhappy with me? Could put it down. Don't think that looks as good. I think the traditional way might be the best here. I think we just go traditional, put it on just like that. And then we can adjust these guys out a little bit. Okay. You want it this way? Tell me which side you want these tubes to be on. Okay, you want it this way. Got it. Okay. Let's get. Okay, we just need our thumb screws out of there so that we can bolt it down once we get it into position. Isn't it an awesome case, Fade Away? I did a review on this case with the or in black, and I think it looks incredible. And it looks, I mean, it looks even better in white, I think. On. Oop, give me that back. Okay. Specs. There you go. How are we doing today, D Woods? Welcome in. I still want the digital screen case, forgot what it's called. The one from John's boat? Oh, the Height Y70 Touch. That's what you want. There we go. Wow, there's a lot of thread engagement on these things. I think it's also tightening the stud onto the backing too. Yeah, it is a little bit. Okay, now that's on there good. What's not that hard to install? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Okay. is gonna go to our CPU. Fan pump, fan 2 water pump. I'm gonna go there. Well, yeah. Okay, yep, that's how we're gonna do it. Do need to plug it in first because this thing is being crazy. Oh my gosh. Stop getting stuck under there. Stop. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right, I got that in. What up, Mitch? How we doing? Yeah, the height-wise 70, the Infinite touchscreen is really nice. Yeah, is the Infinite the new ones that have like colored cases and stuff? I think that's what that one is. Like there's the height-wise 70 touch, was like the original one that they released. And then now there's the height-wise 70 touch Infinite, I think. Which has the, like the case itself is like powder coated different colors and stuff that you can get. Remember Redneck, my PC is the one that didn't turn on. I remember your PC. Yes, I remember the bad power supply not turning on. I remember. That's always fun. All right. So there's our cable management over there. We can, like, you know, this can be adjusted a little bit, kind of spruce it up there. All right, now let's go to the back side. So we've got all this back here. So we got to connect in USB down here to this splitter. And then it's kind of surprising there's only one USB 2 header on this motherboard. All right, and then all these fans now can be connected into these fan splitter. Shake that for me. I shall not. What up, Devin? Yeah, this is a good looking build, right? All right, we're gonna throw just a couple of zip ties in here to make this into more of like a wire harness rather than a bunch of wires. Gonna be a much more prolific use of zip ties in this computer than probably I normally would use, but it's gonna make the cable management a lot better. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab another one of these guys back here to also help with cable management. I have an extra 3-to-1 thing for case fans. So let's do that. Grab one of these guys down here. This little cable management thing that they give you just seems to get worse and worse over time. It's a real dumb. Okay. Push it back in there. Hopefully. There we go. Okay. Got that. So these are all the extra, these are all the case fans on the bottom we don't have connectors for yet. So that's fine. But we do have now the regular connector, not the RGB connector for it. I bought a laptop instead of building your own. Could not get your webcams to work smoothly with OBS. Well, yeah, usually you can't build your own laptop. The only place you can go to get like a build your own laptop is whoa! Why is that playing through like 6 times? Richard, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Queen. Queen says, I'm crazy. Girly thinks it's cable management. Just say it's because of me. No, I always do cable management. I always do cable management. That's not a special for you thing. I mean, like, I'm doing it for you, like I will, but like, it's also because, you know, gotta have good cable management, you know? It's what sets you apart from the people who build their own computers, you know? You know, all those people who just like build their own computers, like, they can do a decent job and they pick out the right parts and all that sort of stuff, but like, do they do the cable management, you know? Do they spend the time? Do they spend the time to do all of that stuff too? I know you guys can't see the cable management work that I'm doing right now because my over-the-shoulder camera still isn't working. I bought a cable for it and it doesn't work. So I have to buy another one. Well, I already bought another one, but I'm waiting on that one to show up. Oh, you didn't feel like building your own computer, so you bought a laptop instead. That's what I'm reading now. That makes sense. That looks like the wide body version of your case. Kind of is, Hatfield. Kind of is. Well, it's a good thing we hoard zip ties because we're going to use a lot of them today. I've been hoarding zip ties for months for this moment. You guys aren't gonna believe how many zip ties I have. This is just one bag full of zip ties. See the possible specs. Oh, you're gonna redo your cables. Oh, you're not gonna redo your cables? But Queen. That's okay. I did like a ton of cable management work on my like setup when I moved in here. And because I'm just constantly, like, stuff is constantly getting moved around, it's like not really that great anymore, my cable management in the office. Okay, for part of this, I want to use cable ties. Toxin Storm coming in with a sub on YouTube. Appreciate that. I don't know why all my stuff's getting doubled again. I need to look into that. I have something enabled on OBS that's being weird, I guess. Better off probably to have it come in when you come back from seeing family so you can help with that dual setup. Oh, that's true, yeah. Okay. Just want more frames. It'll be so, you're gonna really enjoy, I think too, like the fact that when stuff messes up now on your gaming PC, it's separated from your stream PC. It's so nice that you can just like restart. You're like, I'm just gonna restart my computer and not have to worry about like your stream at all. I love that aspect of dual PC. Just a lot more flexible with stuff like that. All right, so here's where we are currently. It's coming together. It's actually not too bad, to be honest. It's not too bad. This guy I'm planning on attaching to the swinging arm that closes here. So that'll be just like that. So it'll be super accessible. Got SATA power that needs to be connected. All of these cables which cannot be connected at the moment because we're waiting on that, other controller. And then all this other stuff. It's just kind of hanging out at the moment. Get another cable tie out here. She also wanted the ability to install some new abilities. Right. Smart. You know, you gotta keep up. There's only one way to keep up with the kids these days, and you know, we're not getting better, our eyes aren't getting any better, so you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. No, I'm just kidding. Nice looking case. This is a really nice looking case. Thank you. I picked it out myself. Obviously, I made sure that the queen approved of it, but I did pick it out. Okay. I get harassed daily just by being a girl. That's, yeah. That is the truth. Hold on, I need to get a little more water. I can't be both starving and super thirsty at the same time. I can only deal with one at a time. Okay, that's better. Hold on, I'm pretty sure my phone went off earlier. Okay, good. We're good. All right, got all that where we want it to be for now. Let's shift some stuff back out of the way. And we're gonna get our power supply out here. Power supply, surprise, surprise, it's white. The main reason that we went with this particular power supply, again, trying to keep in budget, make sure everything is gonna work really well and have good quality stuff. This is a really good quality power supply that also happens to come with white cables. So you don't need to buy cable extensions or like an extra cable kit, you can just use what it comes with. Really nice. Make me a sandwich. You sound 300 pounds. Get off the game. Girls don't play. Yeah. Yeah, there's some pretty gnarly people out there. I'm amazed at how poorly so many people were at raising their children. Eyes, wait till you get my age. How old are you, Mitch? I'm not that old. I'm in my early 30s. But, you know, it's only gonna keep getting worse. Okay. Those are only stickers to get off. Little peen energy. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay, so for cables, we've got our main power cable here, which we don't need at the moment. We are gonna need those bolts, so I'll throw that down here for now. All right, out of here, I need some of these. Well, I have grandchildren in their mid to early 30s. Okay, so Mitch is getting up there. All right, so we've got this SATA connector because we've got 1, 2. We should just need that. I don't think we need to get another SATA connector out here. We've got our GPU power cable there. And then we're good on that one. Let's grab this one. Small peepee mines. Okay, got our motherboard power cable there. And we've got CPU power cable here. And then we're good to go. Funny enough, they're probably the guys that live in the basement of their mom's house that hand delivers sandwiches to them. Yeah, seriously. That's what happens when you don't get spanked as a child. Okay, you probably don't need to spank a child to get them to act like a decent human being. But they clearly were never parented properly, that's for darn sure. Okay, power supply cables installed. See, look at that white cables. They're so nice. You're 56, so if I have a good game, they like to throw the accusations. You got a 7.76 KD. I hit them with a sorry, I'll ask my butler to make you a sandwich. He says, no, because you're mean. Love it. That's great. He says you're a dick. Okay. Let's get our motherboard power cables in. There. CPU power cable in here. GPU power cable. Okay, some of these, sometimes they're marked with PSU, like Seasonic sometimes marks theirs with power supply, so you know, they want one side on the power supply side and the other goes to the GPU, but that one does not have a designation. And then we'll get our SATA connector in right here. Okay. Those are all installed. Let's get this guy in here. Okay. I honestly like that they did this. It looks kind of funky having this little thing stepped out a little bit, but getting just that much extra room in the back of the case is so nice to have. Definitely worth like the little wart on the back of your computer. You're a sweat compared to me. 0.76 KD is a sweat compared to you. Not as bad as Jim Bowden. Oh. Too old to be president, joking. Oh boy. Can we just get rid of both of the people in the presidential race? Like, can we all just agree that we don't want either of them and just start fresh? I don't know. What do I know? Wish you had a 0.76. You just want a 2 KD? You can do it. I believe in you. That was my goal for like Warzone 1 after I had switched to mouse and key. Like I got my computer, like I built my computer and I switched to mouse and key. That was like my goal for Warzone 1. And I was never able to make it there because I just had so many hours into Warzone 1, like being a bot and on console and stuff. So it was pretty nice, like when we switched to Warzone 2, that you know, we could start fresh with our stats. So I do have a 2 KD now. Also, putting both of these CPU power cables in here is totally unnecessary for this system, but it's one of those things like maybe she upgrades down the road or whatever, and so we might as well do it now, like put it in there now, and then she'll be ready if she ever puts in like a, you know, a 14900K down the road or something crazy. Because this CPU I think can pull like, I don't know, it can probably max out at like 180 watts maybe 200 watts. It might be able to even pull more than that. It's got a bunch of E-cores, but like, you know, 200 something watts, easily able to do that from a single header. But you know, it never hurts to have that since we got the cable here anyways, you know. See, that cable management's coming together. Look at that. It's looking pretty good. All right, let's find our SATA power connectors that we need to do. So we got this one here. Oh, and that one's right there. Okay, easy. Easy peasy. Got that one there. Got this one here. Okay, I think we'll put a cable tie in this guy. Are you streaming this elsewhere? Yeah, Mitch, I'm on Kick and YouTube. YouTube is like my main platform for like PC content. So like all my videos and stuff, like all that stuff gets posted on YouTube. All my shorts gets posted on YouTube. But I also do stream on Kick, both PC building stuff and if I'm gaming or whatever, I'll stream over there too. I got better playing in cheating lobbies. Yeah, when you're playing against cheaters, like you gotta get better or else you're gonna struggle, right? Let's disconnect this one for now. Can I fit this back here behind these guys? I think I can. Okay. Sorry if all you guys are hearing is me just heavy breathing into the microphone. It's not my intention. Okay, so there's all that stuff. This guy we will plug back in a second here to one of these. Okay, so this guy we're still planning on putting like that. Let's get our GPU power cable run out here. We're gonna run this guy out here, like so. And then let's get our GPU out now. We'll take a look at how long it is and decide if we're gonna put in the GPU support or if it will not fit. You don't do TikTok? I don't do, I mean, I technically have a TikTok, but I don't really use it much. I'm not very active over there. I definitely don't have enough followers to stream on TikTok anyways, so. You join, but your parents are here staying, and you don't, because they don't have power yet? Gotcha. Look at that. Oh. I think I just don't understand TikTok well enough to be able to make content for TikTok is probably the problem. Like, I don't understand the people that are on TikTok well enough to be like, let me make content specifically for you, you know? It's definitely a different person that, like, different type of people that are on TikTok versus the people that are on, like, YouTube, for instance. Over 1 minute videos. I know that I just need to, like, I probably should try to start actually, like, posting, like, longer than 1 minute videos on TikTok just to see if they'll perform better. Because the ones that I do right now are just, like, they're just shorts or reels or whatever you want to call it, that we just post. I just post the same thing everywhere. But I probably could start trying to post TikTok specific content that's over a minute. Because that's the only hard part is like, if I make greater than 1 minute, like vertical, there's a hair on my nose, videos, then like, TikTok is like the only place I can do it. Like vertical videos, you can't do more than a minute on YouTube. And then Facebook, I guess you could. You just wouldn't get posted as a reel, but yeah, I guess I could. Okay. The pay-per-view is really good. Okay. All right, so this comes all the way over to here. It might just barely be big enough to utilize the graphics card holder. Actually, no, that one's gonna stick out too far because that's gonna stick all the way out over there. Right, so this is gonna sit here like this, roughly. That's gonna come all the way out over there. That's not gonna be able to grab on that one. So I guess we could use the included one with our case, though. This one should fit because this one is going to be directly on the line there. Yep, okay, let's do that. Oh, Facebook will let you do more than 1 minute reels? Oh, so then it really is just YouTube. Okay. Interesting. Learn something new every day, guys. Okay. All that stuff out here. I just want this guy. Put our little standoffs in here. Okay. Okay, done with that now. Now I gotta put this guy on here. Wow. Jeez. Are you serious? Well, that's unfortunate. That bolt literally just broke that easily. I don't think they give you an extra standoff. It's stuck in the standoff. They don't give you, there's no way they give you an extra one of those long standoffs. That's crazy. That broke so easily. Like it just like, before it even really got tight, it just went snap. Does this have a stand? Like these don't need standoffs for the ASRock one. All right, well, that's wild. I mean, it should be fine. It'll stay there. That's just surprising. Look at that. Hold on. Take a look at this. I did not bolt it down that hard. Let's see. You guys see that? Look at that. I didn't bolt it down that hard and it just, screw just snapped. I guess I don't know my own strength. All right. The support bracket will still work fine, but that's just weird, man. Like technically we don't need a support bracket probably for this GPU, but like I like to be overly careful. And that like, it's just wild. Worst case scenario, like if it was bad, like you could just take this whole thing off, get rid of the support bracket, and just bolt it back in, but we can definitely still utilize the support bracket with this one. Oh, it'd help if I open that. That's all the way in. Let's just double check and make sure the clip closed. There we go. It's closed. When building these PCs, how often do you have to return a bad part? Maybe 1 in every 20. There'll be a part that's bad. 1 in every 30 maybe. Like a power supply, the most common would be like a power supply showing up dead, or a piece of RAM, a stick of RAM showing up dead. Next most common would be the AIO. It's like pumps or whatever showing up not working properly or making like a horrible sound. That happens on occasion too. Yeah. How long does a PC last for? If you take good care of it, you know, 4 to 5 years to get like, and still have good performance out of it. After that, it starts to become pretty obsolete. But yeah. Well, I don't trust these bolts now, but whatever. Okay. So yeah, you see like this thing doesn't really have any sag on it at all under its own weight, which is good. But we're just gonna give it just a little bit of a lift, you know? Just a little bit of a lift. You know? Okay. And then this top one is gonna be a little bit different because just the way that the height of the GPU, where it ends up, we're actually gonna have to reuse that top hole. Put this bolt to put our top bit on there. There we go. Am I a computer engineer? No. My bachelor's degree is in mechanical engineering. Okay, so we got all that in there. Minor setback, but I really don't think it's not gonna cause any problems at all. It's not gonna be a problem, don't worry about it. Like this thing is not gonna wanna come out when it's bolted into the GPU and stuff. And this really isn't providing support this direction. Like the intent of this is not to provide support from keeping the GPU from falling out because it's already got that over here. It's just to keep it from bouncing up and down. So not having that bottom bolt be in there with like the head and stuff, it's not gonna be a problem. It'll be fine. Don't sweat it. It's dumb, but don't sweat it, you know? Does that make sense? Okay, get our GPU power cable in here, just like that. Pull it in, not tight, but you know, tighter. You don't want to ever pull these new Nvidia connectors. You never want to pull them like tight. So you don't want to stress them because they tend to cause fires if you do that. But pulling it tight enough that it, you know, just has a nice tight curve there is gonna be good. Cool. Yeah, we'll push that back down just like that. And yeah. GPU is connected. These cables are going to get connected eventually, just not today. So we're gonna have to get a new thing for that. Put this guy back on. Okay. Okay, got that. Oh, this thing has a magnet on it. It's pretty slick. So the plan is we're gonna put it just like that. I'm not gonna use the adhesive yet in case I'm able to find one that can hold all of the fans rather than just the 3 of them, but that's fine. This will be fine for now. And voila, it's as if there is no cable management whatsoever. You had a dead power supply one time, worked for like 2 hours. Wow, that's pretty short lifespan. What's up, Caked? How we doing? Your son's a network engineer. You haven't spoke to him in 3 years? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, my dad is a network engineer, and then my brother does got his bachelor's in computer science. So he writes like software, and then my dad does IT, like network, like actual like information technology type stuff, like networking, not just like general IT type person. Okay, so we are going to need that new controller. So these bottom fans and this back fan are gonna spin, but they're not gonna have RGB. So just keep that in mind, be ready for that. Don't freak out. But besides that, this computer is ready to go. Morning, what's up, Iron Cowboy? How we doing?
Why is there a black cable like OMG?
Why is there a black cable like OMG? I'm sorry, it's a white freaking AIO, and they put a black cable on it. Take it up with NZXT. This is the cooler she wanted. Take that up with NZXT, all right? Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that evil on me. Ain't no freaking way. You'd think, I mean, like they designed it like everything else is white on that CPU cooler. Why are they putting a black cable on it?
Good
Don't
job,
ask me.
NZXT.
Good job, NZXT, that's right. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? All right, we're gonna let's bring this light down a little bit. Bring that down a little bit. Bring this one down a little bit. Oh, that's the color. Let's bring this. Actually, I think we can just turn this one off. Okay, so most of you probably know what time it is. Before we can turn on any computer for the first time, I need just absolute spam of fire emojis in the chat. Just going utterly nuts with it, okay? I wanna see YouTube, Kick. I just wanna see tons and tons of fire emojis, okay? All over the place. I just want fire emojis just all over me, okay? Miguel, thank you. Queen Bee, Richard, MBC coming in. All right, we'll give you another like 20 seconds of putting in some fire emojis, and then we'll fire this baby up, and hopefully fire you guys up a little bit. Richard coming in on the YouTube side as well. Sheesh. Sheesh. Okay, so let's talk through it. Intel i5 14600K. G-Skill CL32 6400 32 gig kit of RAM. Got an RTX 4070 Super from Asus. ASRock Z790 Steel Legend Wi-Fi. NZXT F120 RGB core fans. The NZXT Kraken Elite RGB AIO. And the Lianli O11 Vision with the Thermaltake 850 watt Snow Edition fan, or power supply. First power up for Queen Bee. Let's see it.
Is it going to post?
Is it going to post? Nobody knows. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. I mean, NZXT is saying 25 degrees on the CPU right now. Sheesh. Oh, the postcodes are hidden behind the GPU support right now. That's messed up. Richard has a dark sense of humor, okay? I mean, honestly, even without these fans having RGB yet, I think it looks nice. It's only gonna get better. It's only gonna get better. Yeah, I think it did post. The boot light is on. There it is. Beheta. It better. Or it looks better. It better. It's gonna be better. It's a pretty snazzy build. That's right. I mean, I think it looks pretty good, you guys. I think it looks pretty freaking good. Just imagine it like got glass and glass, and it's gonna have glass here. It's just all nice and white. It's so pretty, so pretty. It's gonna have RGB fans. It's gonna have a silly picture over there. You can't stop me, I'm putting a silly picture in there. You can't stop it. You can change it later, but it's gonna get delivered with a silly picture right there, okay? She better hit her shots and not miss ones like Stormtrooper. Oh, I should put a Stormtrooper in there. That would be hilarious. It's actually hilarious. Thoughts, questions, concerns? What do we got? What do you got for me? Hey now. Not gonna get a 2 KD shooting like a Stormtrooper. You love it? Yeah, I love to hear that. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad. Man, that's a good looking computer. That is a good looking computer. What if we bring down the lights a little bit? Oh, yes. Now just imagine it with all these being white too. Ooh, it's gonna be so good. Oh, I didn't realize, dude, this, the heatsink like cover thing here for the motherboard is actually see-through. So when the RGB lights up, you can see behind it. That's kind of cool. But that's why she's going to a dual setup, gotta have those additional abilities. You're not wrong. It's gonna be bright as hell, that's right. You won't need lights on in the room when you got this. Very nice. Richard, shut it! Yeah, they cost extra to have those pre-installed, Queen, just so you know. CPU's at a chilly 28 degrees. There's a peel on here that I don't want to take off until I do the full peel video, but that's okay. Can't wait for your wall hacks. Yeah. Yeah. All right. That is, that's the stream, everybody. Can I change the color of my RAM and my motherboard control center from the desktop? You should be able to. It depends on what motherboard you have, on which app you would use. Do you know what brand of motherboard you have? I wouldn't suggest the Redneck Edition abilities. What? Gigabyte? Yeah, you just need the Gigabyte Control Center, I think is the name of the app. That's where you would get all of your motherboard updates, and then that's where you'll control your RGB as well. So if you don't have that downloaded, download it. How much for this PC? What was it, $2,500, give or take? How did I learn to make PCs? That's a great question. I built my first computer in 2020, and I watched a YouTube video on how to build a computer, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, learned how to do the first one by watching a YouTube video, and then I just kept building them, and I would, you know, early on I had to use instructions a lot, to the point where now I can pretty much just look at the components and build it. It just keeps getting better and better. Yeah, we'll have to build a little, we should build a little pink one, like the $500 like pink one that I just built. What if we did another one kind of like that, but with like an actual GPU in it? That would be sick. You're a pro to build PCs? I mean, I do get paid to build computers. That's the definition of a pro, right? Like if you're getting paid to do it, you're a pro. GPU will cost more than the rest of the PC. I mean, we could put like a little, like a 1660 or something in it. You know, find something that's like used, or get like a 3060 or something, and bring the total price up to like 900 bucks, something like that. $20 or $30 series. Yeah, we could throw some. I'm sure we could find something $20 or $30 series that we could throw in there and it only cost a couple $100. It would be used for sure, but you know, it's not the end of the world. Alrighty then, folks. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate all of the comments, all of the chit chatting, keeping the stream alive, keeping it fun. And yeah, this PC's done. We're gonna start working on getting Windows and BIOS updates and all that good stuff on it tonight. And yeah, we'll have it shipped out once we get back from Medford. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. We will see you next week. You know, make sure you're subscribed and stuff on YouTube and TikTok and all those places, Facebook, Twitter. You'll get to see, you know, updates on, well, maybe not this build, but you'll get to see updates on what's going on. Pictures, cool posts, great content. See you next time.